It's not every day that theories like this come out of the Kingdom Hearts community. Now, I'm not saying that we haven't seen a theory like this before, but it's just been a while, and it's been a while since people have believed it this much. So I think that in itself is reason enough to talk about it today in video form. Now, a lot of you guys in my comment section and especially in live streams have been asking me my thoughts on this whole Sora having amnesia for Kingdom Hearts 4 thing. Now, I'm not really sure where this started. Did a bigger YouTuber kind of come up with this theory or something like that? I'd love to know where this kind of conceptualized, because it's got a ton of people believing in it. So if any of you know where it starts, definitely let me know in the comments. But this whole Sora having amnesia thing, I just find it to be a bit strange because we know little to nothing about Sora's scenario. So I'm wondering where this kind of thing is coming from. Though I'm not saying I'm against it, I'm just very curious to how that would work. But in short, I don't think Sora will lose his memory, and I don't think it's going to be an amnesia of anything like that. Though I do see why some people might feel this way, because let's go ahead and think about this from a certain point of view. Sora at the end of KH3 did abuse the power of waking. He did it for a good reason, but he still abused the power of waking, and that does sound like a sizable consequence for doing something like that. You know, it makes sense. You know, not only did he lose, you know, himself, but if he lost what made him him, you know, his memories and all that stuff, you know, that would make sense. It's also not the first time Nomura has gone that story route for Sora. You know, if you remember Chain of Memories, he basically forgot the entire plot of that game. So even now, he still doesn't really know about what specifically happened there. If you remember when Marluxia was talking to Sora, Sora was acting like he had never even met Marluxia. And again, that makes sense because he didn't remember the plot of Chain of Memories when Sora is the one who actually beat him. So that in itself also goes to prove that, yeah, Nomura is definitely capable of telling that kind of story, you know, because he's done it before. So it makes sense that he could possibly go this route then. But honestly, Chain of Memories is probably the biggest offender with why I don't think it would happen again. I think he's already done this once, where Sora forgetting something was already a big consequence of something's story. You know, I don't think making Chain of Memories, you know, affect or result end up being him losing his memories of that game. I don't think, you know, that happening once would allow it to happen again for KH3. Just from a writer's perspective, I don't think he'd be willing to end the same stories the same way multiple times. You know, I do get, you know, that some writers like to do the repetitious thing, but I don't think that would be what they do here, especially revolving the entire plot of the next game around it. That just sounds a little far-fetched for me. And also, one thing in particular people try to tell me is that, oh, Sora died, you know, but you know who else died? Strelitzia, you know, and she likely won't remember anything either, you know. And I'm just like, people are trying to say that Strelitzia doesn't have her memories because if, you know, if she did, she would be doing everything in her power to go try to see her brother again. But one, we know nothing about the plot of this game, nothing. So as much as we think we may know, I guarantee you we don't know what we're actually talking about here. So as far as we know, Strelitzia can remember. Maybe she's been here for a significantly long time already and has already exhausted her options in trying to leave this place. That's why she feels a bit more nonchalant in the 2 seconds we see her in the trailer. You know, I know it's more than 2 seconds, just, you know, but still, it just seems like something, it seems like a reach to me. And again, the thing is a little bit different. I can understand why she would lose her memories in a sense, because if you want to get technical with it, she was sent here via the Ark, you know, at the end of Union Cross. So, and we know based off what we've seen before, everybody who uses the Ark, or at least travels through time and space, more than likely lost their memories. If you look at Skull being Subject X, not remembering her past, but only having glimmers of memories of people, you know, the key being important, and her, you know, select number of friends adding up to being the Union leaders. You know, we have Ventus, who doesn't remember his time back there in the Age of Fairy Tales, Lorium, who didn't remember his past, Elrana not remembering her past. All those people who left via the Ark didn't remember their past, though it's still up in the air about Ephemer and stuff, because again, Missing Link isn't out yet, so we don't know truly what happened when he ended up landing where he did. We do know that he was still a Keyblade wielder and he established Scalad Kylum, but still, we don't know overall what happened there, or if he did lose his memory. Maybe he lost it and got it back, you know, but overall, I see why if you travel through the arc, you have reason to believe that that person lost their memory. And because it happened to Strelitzia, maybe that's a reason she lost her memory. But again, her situation from Sora is different. Sora didn't go anywhere, you know, through the arc. That didn't happen for him. So even if Strelitzia did lose her memories, that's not a reason why Sora would lose them too. And you can also argue that it's a bit, you know, different from the other Union leaders, you know, regarding Strelitzia, because she kind of died before she was brought there. Though we still got to talk about, you know, the whole thing with her being in the white cloak and moving around and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on there. It was like a ghost kind of thing. I'm not sure, but we still don't have any explanation for anything regarding that. So hopefully we'll get more information regarding that. But as far as we know, she was dead, but her body was placed in the ark and sent through time and space, which ended up leading her to, you know, Quadratum. So in the end, did that make her lose her memory? Did she lose her memory, but her situation was different? But I guess to make a long story short here and not waste too much of your time, I don't believe that Sora would lose his memory in this game. If he did, he may not remember how exactly he got here. He may remember the ending of KH3, but he may not remember the fight with Yozora, or at least be confused if it actually happened. You know, he's been passed out for 7 days, so he doesn't remember how he got here. But I don't think they're gonna add the whole amnesia thing personally. But I would love to know if you guys think so. Do you think Sora's actually gonna lose his memories and, you know, KH4's plot kind of go around his lost memories and trying to remember Kairi and stuff like that? I do think it has some merit, but I personally don't think that's what's gonna happen. But if you think so, let me know in the comments. And if you disagree, let me know your reasonings, especially if it differs from mine or if you agree with me. But thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember everyone to play some games, have some fun, and enjoy your day today.